presents the 44th Annual Golden Globe Awards. Hosted by Cheryl and William Shatner. And starring Stephanie Beacham, Heidi Bohay, Bruce Boxleitner, James Brolin, Diahann Carroll, Tony Curtis, Olivia de Havilland, Rebecca de Mornay, Whoopi Goldberg, Steve Gutenberg, George Hamilton, Charlton Heston, Stacy Keach, John Larroquette, Heather Locklear, Melissa Manchester, Marsha Mason, Bill Medley, Donna Mills, Melba Moore, Gary Morris, Pat Morita, Tom Selleck, James Seymour, Jaclyn Smith, Tony Tennille, Joan Van Art, John Boyd, Robert Wagner, Leslie Ann Moran, and Carl Weathers. Ladies and gentlemen, your masters of ceremony, Cheryl and William Shatner.
And welcome to the Hollywood Foreign Press Association's 44th Annual Golden Globe Award.
It sure is. And tonight is very special. Not only are we celebrating the best in the fields of motion picture and television for the year 1986, we are also celebrating a birthday.
That's right. It's the 100th birthday of a place called Hollywood.
Can you imagine what Hollywood was like 100 years ago? No movie theaters, no television sets.
No Pee Wee Herman.
However, did we survive,
I don't know.
You know that 100 years ago, Mrs. Dita Wilcox, along with her husband, built a huge ranch and called it Hollywood.
And today, well...
Mrs. Wilcox can't find a parking place.
I know, poor Mrs. Wilcox. What better place to celebrate Hollywood's 100th birthday than right here at the Hollywood Party of the Year, the Golden Globe Awards.
And now, to get the festivities underway, it gives us great pleasure to introduce the president of the Hollywood Foreign Press Association.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Mark Marzouk.
On behalf of the Hollywood Foreign Press Association, I welcome you to our 44th Annual Golden Globe Awards. It's a great pleasure on Hollywood's 100th birthday to pay tribute to the outstanding work being done in motion pictures and television. We view Hollywood as more than just the entertainment capital of the world. It's a place that helps the people of the world understand each other better. Hollywood is a dream shared by millions of people around the globe. Tonight, we are proud to honor talented achievements of those who graciously fulfilled that dream so well. Happy birthday, Hollywood. Thank you. Have a nice party.
Well, the only people who know who the winners are this evening are the International Certified Public Accounting Firm of Arthur Young and Company, who tabulate the nominating, there's some family here, I guess, nominating ballots and the final ballot.
And here, carefully guarding those coveted sealed envelopes, are Richard Rue and Jan Zucker. Each year, the Hollywood Foreign Press Association chooses a young lady to assist in the presentation of the awards.
And it has become a tradition for this job to be filled by a second-generation actress.
Yes, I know it. My daughter did it last 2 years ago.
Yes.
This year's Miss Golden Globe is the daughter of one of Hollywood's favorites. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Candace Savalas.
Beautiful. It's time to get things started and introduce our first presenters of the evening.
Okay, but first take a look at this room.
I know.
Everyone who is, anyone is here tonight. I mean, even Liz Taylor is here.
I see a couple friends. You know that I also saw Elizabeth Taylor in the lobby? There was this guy who was making an absolute fool of himself. And she was autographing this perfume bottle.
Don't laugh. That bottle's going to be very valuable to me someday, so...
Well, I guess it's time for our first award. And
time for our first joke, too.
Really? And they think this is easy. And to present it, we have two of Hollywood's most popular stars.
Not only did she perk up our lives on T.J. Hooker, but she is celebrating her 6th season as the sizzling Sammy Joe on the hit series Dynasty.
And he won an Emmy and Golden Globe Award for his role as the glib and fun-loving Magnum P.I.
Ladies and gentlemen, Heather Locklear and Tom Selleck.
It all started in a small suburb in Detroit in 1945. I was an easy birth for my mother. No, I'm sorry. The nominees for the best performance by an actor in a miniseries or motion picture made for television are James Garner for Promise,
Mark Harmon, The Deliberate Stranger.
Jan Nicholas, Peter the Great.
John Ritter, Unnatural Causes.
James Woods, Promise.
And the winner is James Woods, Promise.
If Promise were a coin, Jim Garner would be heads. He's a great actor. He was a great producer. He's a gentleman. I thank him. I thank my friend Glenn Jordan, Richard Friedenberg, Pete Duchot, Hallmark, my family, especially my brother who's here tonight with me, my girlfriend Sarah Owen, who was so supportive during the filming of Promise, my agents, especially Todd Smith. And I'd like to thank the National Institute of Mental Health for endorsing this program, which was very important to me because it brought a disease out of the closet in this country. And I think it was just a glimmer of light in shedding some great hope for the 3 million or more people who are afflicted with schizophrenia. So to the Hollywood Foreign Press Association, thank you for this, because maybe someday it will help some other people as well. Thank you.
The nominees for Best Performance by an Actress in a Miniseries or Motion Picture Made for Television are Farrah Fawcett, Nazi Hunter, The Beate Klarsfeld Story.
Amy Irving, Anastasia, The Mystery of Anna.
Vanessa Redgrave, Second Serve.
Marlo Thomas, Nobody's Child.
Loretta Young, Christmas Eve.
And the winner is Loretta Young for Christmas Eve.
see, miracles do happen. I don't know, for some reason that I don't quite understand, God, in his mysterious plan for me, gave me 23 years to prepare for this part on this film and this award this night. And would you believe it, I am still not prepared for it. Well, what I mean is I'm not prepared for the marvelous warmth and feeling and caring and actual love that I'm feeling from you right now. God knows I'm grateful for it because the feeling is mutual. And I most certainly do want to thank everybody, every place, anywhere who had anything whatsoever to do with this film. Believe me, it has been a joy, a pure source of joy for me from the moment it started until it's finished, including now. And this, I guess I can best describe as the icing on the cake. Thank you.
Most of us here tonight have worked closely with or have been friends of some of Hollywood's biggest stars. For us, this is an everyday occurrence. Well, maybe not every day, but once a year maybe. Something we take for granted. But every once in a while comes a moment when you meet someone and you say to yourself, gee, if I only had an autograph book. Well, for me, this is one of those moments. Ladies and gentlemen, to present our next award, Miss Olivia de Havilland.
The nominees for the Best Miniseries or Motion Picture Made for Television are Anastasia, The Mystery of Anna, Christmas Eve, Nobody's Child, Peter the Great, Promise, Unnatural Causes. The winner is Promise.
Accepting the promise is Peter Duchow, executive producer.
Young, Olivia de Havilland. On behalf of my partner, James Garner, and myself, let us first of all thank CBS for all their help, particularly John Kander. I'd like to thank Warner Brothers. We could not have made this picture without Warner Brothers, particularly Norman Stevens. Hallmark, they were absolutely wonderful. The script for us was the star. It was Richard Friedenberg who wrote the script on us. Glenn Jordan, our director. And in my opinion, the most talented man in his field. Thank you. Jimmy Woods, you were great, pal. Garner, you were sensational. Best partner a man could have. Thank you, the Hollywood Foreign Press Association, for the honor. We're thrilled. Thank you.
While 44th Annual Golden Globe Awards is brought to you by Orville Redenbacher's Gourmet Popping Corn, the first and last name in popcorn, and by BMW, the ultimate driving machine, and by Nestle Food Corporation, makers of Nestle Punch and Alpine Candy Bars. Nestle makes the very best. The Golden Globe Awards will continue with more great stars and the best actor and actress in a TV series, musical, or comedy.
You look great. You really do.
Thank you. You look great yourself.
Oh.
To present, thank you. To present our next 3 television awards, it's only fitting that we have 3 of television's hottest stars. He has earned 2 consecutive Emmys for his portrayal of the hilarious prosecutor Dan Fielding on Night Court.
The American public just voted her Best Actress in a Nighttime Soap for her outstanding performance in Knots Landing.
And she has viewers glued to their sets each week with her role as the upbeat Megan Kendall on Hotel.
Here are Heidi Bohay, Joan Van Ark, and John LaRoquette.
As we say in New Orleans, bonjour, y'all. Okay, the nominees for Best Performance by an Actor in a Television Series, Musical, or Comedy are Bill Cosby, The Cosby Show.
Ted Danson, Cheers. Tony Danza, Who's the Boss?
Michael J. Fox, Family Ties.
Bruce Willis, Moonlighting. And the winner is, surprise, surprise, Bruce Willis, Moonlighting.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, can't hit this, I guess. Dick said that before. There are a lot of people that went into the process of having me come up here and pick up this little bowling trophy. And I'd like to thank them right now. We have a lot of people that work behind the scenes on us. When you work 60, 70, 75, sometimes 80 hours a week, it can't help but generate a family feeling. And all the people who work very hard on our show behind the scenes, I'd like to thank them right now. Jerry Finnerman, our director of photography, Red Cripps, the entire crew, everybody who works over in the Blue Building. You don't know what the Blue Building is, but they all work over there, and they'll know. I would like to thank my agents, Gene Parsegian back in New York, who sent me to California for this job, Jenny Delaney, who got me the job, and of course Arnold Rifkin, who continues getting me more jobs. How am I doing? I would like to thank my gorgeous, lovely, and funny co-star Sybil Shepherd, who, damn right, who I could not have arrived to this spot without her help and support. Our producers, Jay Daniel, Artie Mandelberg, and of course, the man who gave me the job 2.5 years ago when I arrived out here for this job, and everyone else in town was saying, wow, he really doesn't look like we should give him the job. Glenn Caron gave me this job. Glenn Caron created Moonlighting. He writes most of the funny things that I do, and I'd like to thank him personally. Thanks, my man. I'd like to thank my mom and dad for fooling around 32 years ago. That got me here, too, I guess. And I would like to thank Sherry Rivera for her support, for her guidance, and generally for just hanging around with me for the past 3.5 years to get me here. Thank you very much.
Woo! The nominees for Best Performance by an Actress in a Television Series, Musical or Comedy, are B. Arthur, The Golden Girls; Estelle Getty, The Golden Girls;
Rue McClanahan, The Golden Girls.
Sybil Shepherd, Moonlighting; Betty White, The Golden Girl;
And the winner is Sybil Shepherd, Moonlighting.
I want y'all to know that we kept it in the family. This says the Golden Girls in case you can't see it. They made me an honorary Golden Girl. Thank you. Betty White, Rue McClanahan, B. Arthur, Estelle Getty. What a great, great honor, and how you've inspired me. And thank you. I'm just so happy to be grouped with you. Thank you to the Hollywood Foreign Press. I want everyone to know that I love Bruce Willis. And I didn't throw a chair at Glenn Caron. If I had I would have hit him. But anyway, thank you, Glenn Caron, and Jay Daniel, and everybody on Moonlighting. And thank you so much. Thank you.
The nominees for Best Television Series, Musical or Comedy are Cheers,
The Cosby Show,
Family Ties, The Golden Girls,
Moonlighting.
and the winner is... Oh, wow. The Golden Girls.
Accepting for the Golden Girls are Paul Younger-Witt and Tony Thomas, executive producers.
Well, we thank the Hollywood Foreign Press Association for this honor. We share this with our Golden Girls, the Arthur, Rue McClanahan, Betty White, and Estelle Getty. They're a writer's dream come true.
Yes. We also want to thank a group we fondly refer to as the super staff, our writer-producers Terry Grossman and Kathy Spear, our writer co-producers Mort Nathan and Barry Finaro and Winifred Hervey, and our co-producer Marcia Posner, and our wonderful talented director Terry Hughes.
We thank our entire staff and crew, everyone at Disney and NBC who've made all of this possible with us, and especially the public who made this possible. Thank you all.
Who was that masked lady?
What did she say?
Mwah, mwah.
I like her. She's cute.
Go.
Oh, sorry. He is the
3
Beach
minutes
Boys,
behind.
half of that classic duo, the Righteous Brothers, who, as a solo performer, is now one of the hottest artists on the country charts.
And she, along with her husband, the Captain, and as an individual artist, is a Grammy Award winner whose talents as a singer and a songwriter have made her a pop legend.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tony Tennille and Bill Medley.
If you look at your life in a looking glass, you may see some things you don't want to see. You may see the day your youth slipped away and you'll say, hey, that just can't be me. You can learn about life in a looking glass, maybe learn some things you never dreamed you'd know. Believe me, though, in time, fate will show that the looking glass is true. And in your heart, you'll and you'll know who you are and be glad. You'll be so glad you're
There's so many things I want to say. I will always love you. I could never leave you alone. Sometimes I just forget, say things I might regret. It breaks my heart to see you crying. I could never leave you. I could never leave you alone. I am a man who would fight for your honor. I'll be the hero that you're dreaming of. We'll live forever, knowing
Mason, Paparita, Bruce Boxleitner, and Donna Mills as the party of the year continues with the Golden Globe Awards.
Presenting the awards for Best Supporting Actor and Actress in a Motion Picture, ladies and gentlemen, Bruce Boxleitner and Donna Mills.
The nominees for Best Performance by an Actress in a Supporting Role in a Motion Picture are Linda Kozlowski, Crocodile Dundee.
Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio, The Color of Money.
Maggie Smith, A Room with a View.
Kathy Tyson, Mona Lisa.
Diahann Wiest, Hannah and Her Sisters.
And the winner is? All right. Okay. For the Best Performance by an Actress in a Supporting Role in a Motion Picture, Maggie Smith, A Room with a View. Maggie Smith cannot be here tonight. She's in London doing a play, and hope she's having a good time. Okay. Would you like to take it?
Yes.
Oh, you are going to take it.
I'm going to say. I just want to thank the Hollywood Press Association for this wonderful honor to A Room with the View. I'm accepting for Maggie, and I want to thank her very much for being in our film. And thank all of you.
All right. The nominees for Best Performance by an Actor in a Supporting Role in a Motion Picture are Tom Berenger, Platoon.
Michael Caine, Hannah and Her Sisters.
Dennis Hopper, Blue Velvet.
Dennis Hopper, Hoosiers.
Ray Liotta, Something Wild.
And the winner is Tom Berenger, Platoon. I guess Mr. Berenger can't be here tonight, which is unfortunate, but I'm sure that he wants to thank everybody at the Hollywood Foreign Press Association. Thank you.
Presenting our next award, we have an actor whose portrayal of the sage, philosophical karate master in The Karate Kid won him an Academy Award nomination, and he is currently starring in the new comedy drama series, O'Hara.
Hi. And we have a respected actress whose starring roles in such movies as Cinderella Liberty, The Goodbye Girl, Chapter 2, and Only When I Laugh have earned her 4 Academy Award nominations for Best Actress.
Ladies and gentlemen, Marsha Mason and Pat Morita.
The nominees for Best Performance by an Actor in a Motion Picture, Musical or Comedy are Matthew Broderick, Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Jeff Daniels, Something Wild.
Danny DeVito, Ruthless People.
Paul Hogan, Crocodile Dundee.
And Jack Lemmon, That's Life.
Paul Hogan, Crocodile Dundee. Unfortunately, Paul Hogan cannot be here tonight. He is in Tokyo, but I'm sure that he would be happy to say thank you, mate. Okay, the nominees for Best Performance by an Actress in a Motion Picture, Musical or Comedy are Julie Andrews in That's Life.
Melanie Griffith, Something Wild.
Bette Midler, Down and Out in Beverly Hills.
Sissy Spacek, Crimes of the Heart.
Kathleen Turner, Peggy Sue Got Married.
Our winner is Sissy Spacek, Crimes of the Heart. Sissy Spacek would be loved to be here, but she is also in Tokyo. And we accept on her behalf, and she loves you and thanks you.
Thank you.
The Golden Globe Awards will return with Steve Gutenberg, Rebecca De Mornay, James Brolin, and a host of Hollywood's favorite stars.
Ladies and gentlemen, Steve Gutenberg and Rebecca De Mornay.
The nominees for Best Foreign Language Film are The Assault, The Netherlands.
Betty Blue for France.
Ginger and Fred, Italy.
Otello from Italy also.
Three Men and a Cradle, France.
And the winner is The Assault from the Netherlands.
Accepting for The Assault is Francois Marcus, producer-director.
Members of the Foreign Press Association in Hollywood. And the foreign press knows what foreign language is about, I suppose. I thank my friends on both sides of the camera who helped me to achieve this. And I thank Menachem and Yoram who helped me to make this picture. Thank you very, very much. It is a joy to be here with you. Thank you.
To present our next award, we have two of television's finest stars.
He is the Emmy-winning actor who plays the savvy, compassionate Peter McDermott on Hotel.
And on the Colbys, she plays a lady that every man would like to take to the hotel. Two.
That's two. Presenting the award for Best Supporting Actor and Actress in a miniseries or movie made for television, here are James Brolin and Stephanie Beacham.
The nominees for Best Performance by an Actor in a Supporting Role in a Series, mini-series, or motion picture made for television are Tom Conti, Nazi Hunter, the Beate Klarsfeld story.
John Hillerman, Magnum P.I.
Trevor Howard for Christmas Eve.
Ron Liebman, Christmas Eve.
Jan Niklas for Anastasia, The Mystery of Anna.
And the winner, Jan Nicholas.
Well, I'm so glad I'm not ill and I can be here tonight. I've been watching the Golden Globe for so many years in Europe, and I never could believe that someday I would be here and get this wonderful award. So thank you very much to the Hollywood Foreign Press to give it to me. Thank you very much to Marvin Chomsky for casting me in Anastasia and directing me to Susan Beowulf. And of course to Mr. Larry Schiller, who discovered me and brought me here to Los Angeles. Thanks to my longtime agent, Erna Baumbauer, who is here with me tonight, and my mom, of course. Thank you, Hollywood, for reaching out your hand. Thanks a lot.
The nominees for Best Performance by an Actress in a Supporting Role in a Series, Miniseries, or Motion Picture Made for Television are Justine Bateman for Family Ties,
Olivia de Havilland, Anastasia, The Mystery of Anna.
Lily Palmer for Peter the Great,
Geraldine Page, Nazi Hunter, the Beata Klarsfeld story.
Rhea Perlman for Cheers,
Piper Laurie, Promise.
and the winner is Olivia de Havilland for Anastasia.
What a wonderful surprise. They didn't make a mistake. It says, there's my name right there. Well, you know, my friendship with the Foreign Correspondents Association is a very old one. Back home, I have a Golden Globe, just like this one, and it's vintage 1949. So my Golden Globe back home has been waiting, I think it's 37 years for a mate. And at last I can take this companion back to keep it company. I would like to express my appreciation, of course, to everyone who at Telecom and NBC who had to do with choosing me to play Her Imperial Highness. But I would also like to thank the members of the Foreign Correspondents Association in each of the languages which they speak, as they represent a number of countries. But alas, they number 45. So I will limit my appreciation to the simple words. Thank you very much.
Next on the Golden Globe Awards, Robert Wagner, Jaclyn Smith, and more glamorous stars.
Welcome back to the Conrad International Ballroom of the Beverly Hilton Hotel and the 44th Annual Golden Globe Awards.
It's time now to present the awards for Best Actor and Actress in a Television Drama. And to hand out the trophies, we have an actor who, as Super Sleuth Mike Hammer, is famous for solving mysteries.
And an actress who, as the devilish Dominique Devereaux on Dynasty, is famous for causing mysteries.
A lot of D's.
Ladies and gentlemen, Stacy Keach and Diahann Carroll.
The nominees for Best Performance by an Actor in a Television Series Drama are William Devane, Knots Landing,
John Forsythe in Dynasty.
Don Johnson, Miami Vice,
Tom Selleck, Magnum PI.
Edward Woodward, The Equalizer.
And the winner is Edward Woodward, The Equalizer.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. This is my second American award. So many years ago, I did a couple of plays on Broadway, and the play finished, and I went home to England, and my agent sent me a telegram, and it said, "Ed, congratulations, you are 4th Best Actor of the Year." And I can prove it, I have it framed. I'm sure that most of you will imagine the horror, the Kafka-like, labyrinthine, stone-like terror of being the 4th best anything. Well, this is my second award, and it's good not to be 4th best anymore. I want to say thank you to Jim McAdams, producer of the series. I want to thank the entire crew up there in the cold of New York and the whole of the production staff. My darling new wife, Michelle. And we did it the wrong way around, my 3.5-year-old daughter, Emily Beth. This, ladies and gentlemen, up in New York and here watching in Hollywood, is for all of us. God bless you.
The nominees for Best Performance by an Actress in a Television Series Drama are Joan Collins, Dynasty.
Tyne Daly, Cagney and Lacey,
Sharon Bliss, Cagney and Lacey.
Angela Lansbury, Murder, She Wrote.
Connie Selleck, Hotel.
And the winner is Angela Lansbury, Murder, She Wrote.
a stunning surprise. I feel a very happy winner among a stage of some of the happiest winners I've seen. I feel quite overcome. I didn't expect this. My goodness, what can I say except thank you, Peter, dear Peter Fisher. God bless you for keeping us up here. Here we are, our third year. And Bob O'Neill, our producers, our writers, my Peter, my David, my Anthony, my Deirdre, my crew, my Foreign Press Association. I thank you all. God bless you. And
presenting the award for the Best Television Series Drama, here are Robert Wagner and Jaclyn Smith.
The nominees for Best Television Series Drama are Cagney and Lacey,
Dynasty,
L.A. Law,
Miami Vice,
Murder, She Wrote,
Saint Elsewhere,
and the winner is
L.A. Law.
Accepting for L.A. Law are Stephen Bochco and Gregory Hobby, executive producers, and Terry Louise Fisher, supervising producer.
Thank you. Thank you to the Hollywood Foreign Press. Thanks for enlightened support from NBC, Grant and Brandon and Warren and all our friends there, and 20th Century Fox, Harris and Peter Grad and Dana Cowens and Barry Diller and everybody there, and we're just real grateful to everybody for being here. Thank you.
We'll return with George Hamilton, Leslie Ann Warren, and Best Song of the Year on the Golden Globe Awards.
Presenting the award for Best Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy, we have two great stars.
Ladies and gentlemen, Leslie Ann Warren and George Hamilton.
The nominees for Best Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy are Crimes of the Heart,
Crocodile Dundee,
Down and Out in Beverly Hills,
Hannah and Her Sisters,
Little Shop of Horrors,
and Peggy Sue Got Married.
and the winner is Hannah and Her Sisters.
Accepting for Hannah and Her Sisters is Charles Joffé, producer.
The good thing about winning an award like this is that I figure we'll get picked up for 13 more. And that's always a benefit. On behalf of everybody connected with the film, particularly Orion, who's been behind us from when they were United Artists, it's an honor. Thank you.
Drag them off.
Okay, we're in a hurry.
It's time now to hear our next 3 nominated songs. They don't make them like they used to. Take My Breath Away and Somewhere Out There.
And to sing them, we have one of America's hottest male vocalists and the Tony Award-winning performer who is currently guest starring on Falcon Crest.
Ladies and gentlemen, Gary Morris and Melba Moore.
Just can't find a reason these days, and it seems like the seasons are passing, they're going by, nothing to hold on to, rough time, then it goes on, so count on me, and I'll count on you. Stronger, we won't be alone any longer. Now and for always, we will be good friends. Count on me into any storm. We're gonna survive it into any fire. We'll carry on. Now and for always.
That was so great.
To present this evening's music awards, we have a Grammy Award-winning recording and concert star.
And an actor whose mere presence makes you want to hum the theme to Rocky.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are Melissa Manchester and Carl Weathers.
For Best Original Song Motion Picture are Glory of Love, The Karate Kid Part 2, music and lyrics, Peter Cetera, David Foster, and Diahann.
Life in a Looking Glass. That's Life, music, Henry Mancini, lyrics, Leslie Brickus.
Somewhere Out There, An American Tale, music, James Horner and Barry Mann, lyrics, Cynthia Wilde.
Sweet Freedom, Running Scared, music and lyrics, Rod Temperton.
Take My Breath Away, Top Gun, music, Giorgio Moroder, lyrics, Tom Whitlock.
They don't make them like they used to. Tough Guys, music, Burt Bacharach, lyrics, Carroll Bayer Sager.
And the winner is Take My Breath Away, Top Gun, Giorgio Moroder, Tom Whitlock.
Thank you very much, Foreign Press. I have to thank the producers, Jerry Bruckheimer, Don Simpson, the director, Tony Scott, and I have to thank my mother because I called her a few days ago and said, why don't you light up a few candles to Saint, I forgot which one she used, and I think it helped.
I'd like to add my thanks to the artists Terry Nunn in Berlin, as well as to CBS Records and Michael Dilbeck. Thank you very much.
Coming up next, Charlton Heston, Anthony Quinn, and the Cecil B. DeMille Award.
What's our next award?
We're having a good time. Our next award is for Best Director of a Motion Picture, and to present it, we have a Golden Globe-winning actress and a Hollywood immortal.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jane Seymour and immortal Tony Curtis.
The nominees for Best Picture, Best Director Motion Picture are Woody Allen, Hannah and her sister.
James Ivory, A Room with a View.
Roland Joffrey, The Mission.
Rob Reiner, Stand By Me.
Oliver Stone, Platoon.
I get to do this?
You get to do it.
And the winner is Oliver Stone.
Thank you very much. I'm very deeply moved. But I really think that through this award, you're acknowledging the Vietnam veteran. And I think what you're saying is that now you understand what happened over there and that it shouldn't happen again in our lifetime. And I think this award really does belong to the Vietnam veteran, both living and dead, that they did not die in vain. I want to especially thank my crew, Bob Richardson, Claire Simpson, Bruno Rubeo, Gordon Smith, Yves de Bono, the rest of you, the great Philippine crew. I'd like to thank Charlie Sheen, Tom Berenger, Willem Dafoe, and the rest of a cast that went through incredible training to do the movie. And I want to thank my agent, Mike Menschel and Paula Wagner. I want to thank the producers, Arnold Kopelson, Derek Gibson, Gerald Green, Alex Ho. I want to thank my mom. I want to thank Orion Pictures for doing a great job on the distribution, Mike Medavoy and Eric Pleskow. And I want to thank especially Mr. John Daly, who gave me a shot when I was virtually unemployable. And I also want to thank my wife, Elizabeth, whose unwavering love got me through a lot of dark years. Thank you.
Each year, the Board of Directors of the Hollywood Foreign Press Association presents a special award to a person whose talents and unique contributions to the entertainment industry stand out from a cast of thousands. It's called the Cecil B. DeMille Award. And each year, we ask a very special individual to make the presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, a past Cecil B. DeMille Award winner, Mr. Charlton Heston.
Tonight, we pay tribute to an extraordinary man, a great talent, and a good friend. A man who rose from the poorest beginnings to recognition as an international star of extraordinary prestige. His name, of course, is Anthony Quinn. I think maybe you can sum up Tony's whole career with the title of one of his best films, Lust for Life. Because Tony's a man who reaches out in his life and in his work, and what a piece of work it is, too. His first break came in 1936. He heard that Cecil B. DeMille was looking for Indians to play in his movie, The Plainsman, starring Gary Cooper. Well, Tony applied for the job, and Mr. DeMille... Well, he was on his way. If he could play Indians, he could play Orientals, right? Or Mexicans, or soldiers, sailors, tinkers, tailors. In those years, somebody labeled him the all-purpose exotic. But, playing everything, he gradually worked his way up from bit parts to starring roles in dozens and dozens of B-movies. Then in 1952, a part came along that changed his career.
What kind of an animal are you? I'm a man, not a freak like my brother. Get out! Look, I fought as long and as hard as you did. Every day you fought, I fought. I'm a general. Look, here's my pay, a little dust. I can't even buy a bottle of tequila. We beat Diaz. He's living in a palace in Paris. We beat Wagner. He's a rich man in the United States. I have to beg pennies in my own village and people never fired a gun. I'm a general. I'm going to act like a general. I'm going to take what I want. And don't you or anybody else try to stop me.
That performance as Marlon Brando's brother in Viva Zapata won Tony his first Academy Award. 10 films or so later, he played the street carnival strongman in Fellini's classic La Strada. This remarkable film was a turning point for Tony because it established him firmly and permanently as a star.
Del pubblico è meglio che non guardi. Potrebbe uscire del sangue.
2 years later, Tony won his second Academy Award for his brilliant portrayal of painter Paul Gauguin opposite Kirk Douglas in the Vincent van Gogh screen biography, Lust for Life.
I want to feel the sun pouring into him like it does in the coal. What do you think you're doing when you overload your brush? When you slap paint on like putty? When you make your trees rise like snakes and your sun explode all over the canvas? With all your talk and motion, what I see when I look at your work is just that you paint too fast. You look too fast.
The next milestone in his career came with this stirring portrayal of a Greek resistance officer in the World War II epic, The Guns of Navarone. In David Lean's overpowering Lawrence of Arabia, Tony gave one of his strongest performances as an Arab sheikh.
I am Oud Abu Taib. Sit down, sir. Sit down, Abu Taib, sir.
I carry 23 great wounds, all got in battle.
75 men have I killed with my own hands in battle. I scatter, I burn my enemies' tents. I take away their flocks and herds. The Turks pay me a golden treasure, yet I am poor. Because I am a river to my people.
I've never had the good fortune so far to work with Tony as an actor, but I did have the pleasure and privilege of being directed by him in a film. It was a picture called The Buccaneer. It was one of the biggest disasters either one of us ever survived. But you see, Tony Quinn defies convention. He is a man who takes chances, huge chances. He is, in every sense, an artist who has something to say. Really, though, there are no words that can describe Tony's depth, his dimension, his vitality as an artist better than this next piece of film. This is Tony Quinn.
Dance? Did you say dance? Come on, my boy. Hey, boy, did you ever see a more splendiferous stuff?
Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great personal pleasure and pride on behalf of the Board of Directors of the Hollywood Foreign Press Association to present this year's Cecil B. DeMille Award to a giant, Tony Quinn.
To the foreign press, Hollywood Foreign Press, I wish to say toda. Ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ. Muchas gracias. Tanto piacere. Merci beaucoup. That's all I know. Thank you, Chuck. Thank you for all the wonderful words you said about me. I'm sorry you mentioned Buccaneer, though.
What could I do?
Very well.
I had to put his zinger in.
I know. I would like to thank the namesake of this award, Mr. Cecil B. DeMille. He was truly one of the giants of this industry. If it hadn't been for him and people like Griffith, there would be no motion pictures. And I was very lucky to meet him in 1936 in a loincloth and a wig, applying for the job of the Indian in the Plainsman. The casting director told me that I must not be able to speak one word of English because I was an Indian fresh from the reservation. And we had to speak through a translator. And I was very nervous about it because I knew the translator. He was from the east side of Los Angeles also. And Mr. DeMille said, "Can the boy ride a horse?" Translator says, "Can he ride a horse? He was born in a horse. He and the horse are like that." I could not ride a horse. Anyway, he gave me 10 pages of dialogue. And he said, "Show up Monday, and you say these 10 pages in Cheyenne to Gary Cooper." I still remember that speech. I have used it as an Arab. I've used it in Arab. I use it as Zorba. I use it wherever a foreign language is spoken. But anyway, I got the job, and you can imagine how surprised he was when 3 months later, the Indian boy showed up at his home and said, "I want your daughter's hand in marriage." He was in shock. But I read that shock to mean that he approved. And 20 years later, after 5 grandchildren, and 20 years of being related to him, we were both very lucky to be the recipients of Academy Awards together. It was a very happy night for Cecil B. DeMille and for that Indian boy. Ladies and gentlemen, you can't imagine the confusion, the problem it is to capsulize 50 years of motion pictures, 210 pictures that I have made. And I must confess to you, I've been bad in many of them, but I've said to my kids, you can only be as bad as you dare to be good. You know, they say terrible things about actors and entertainers. They say they're egotistical. They say they're selfish. I swear to you, I am very proud to have been an actor these 50 years because I've met the most wonderful people. I've met people, you'll be surprised, of course, you won't be surprised looking at me, But I've known people from Rudolph Valentino, Vilma Banchi, Antonio Moreno, Ramon Navarro, until I've seen these wonderful people here today. We're all intent upon creating one moment of truth to crystallize one moment of life. And for that, we'll give up all gain if we can really do that to our satisfaction. I want to thank Cecil B. DeMille, wherever he is, and I hope he approves of this award. And I only have one thing to say to you, CB. Gosaoha kisoneva namaha.
The 44th Annual Golden Globe Awards will be right back with John Voight, Whoopi Goldberg, and more great awards.
Ladies and gentlemen, Whoopi Goldberg and John Voight.
Good evening. The best performance by an actor in a motion picture drama, and the winner is Bob Hoskins for Mona Lisa.
We had very little time. We had to do it in this manner to save this much time. I know, Bob, wherever you are in London making a film, I know you're very grateful, and I wish to express that gratitude to you all for Bob.
That's great.
Okay.
All right. The nominees for Best Performance by an Actress in a Motion Picture Drama are Julie Andrews, Duet for One,
Anne Bancroft, Night Mother,
Farrah Fawcett for Extremities,
Marlee Matlin, Children of a Lesser God,
Sigourney Weaver, Aliens.
And the winner is
Marlee Matlin.
I can't believe it. I'm shaking. Thank you. I'm not much of a speaker. He is. I really don't know what to say, but I'd like to thank the Hollywood Foreign Press, and I want to thank Randa Haynes, director, Patrick Palmer, producer, and Paramount. And I want to thank a lot of people, I'm sure you know, but I'd like to thank my parents and my family, Liz Tannenbaum, Patty Shore, and the cast and the crew of the film. That's all I can say. God bless you all. Thank you.
The nominees for Best Motion Picture Drama are Children of a Lesser God,
The Mission,
Mona Lisa.
Platoon.
A Room with a View.
Stand By Me.
And the winner is Platoon!
Accepting for Platoon are John Daly and Derek Gibson, executive producers, and Arnold Copelson, producer.
Thank you, Hollywood Foreign Press, for this very distinguished award. I accept it on behalf of the entire cast and crew of Platoon, and on behalf of the men sharing this podium with me tonight, John Daly and Derek Gibson, the executive producers of Platoon. The making of our film required courage and determination. Oliver Stone, for staying with his project for 10 years despite constant rejection. To John and Derek, for providing the monetary commitment in spite of the fact that no one wanted to make this movie. To Orion, for their support. I thank you. For the entire cast and crew that braved the hardships of the jungles of the Philippines and performed so brilliantly. To Dale Dye, Captain, United States Marine Corps, retired, whose support was so great that it cannot be measured. To my wife, Ann, who has been my business partner for 15 years and encouraged me throughout this entire project, I thank them all very much. It is that same courage that had our young men slog through the morass of Southeast Asia that finally brought Platoon into the hearts and minds of America. We sincerely hope that our film will act as a starting point for understanding of the war that killed 53,000 young men and changed the lives of nearly 3 million others. I thank you very much.
Well, that's it for the 44th Annual Golden Globe Awards. We had a great time.
Good night, everybody.
Good
Thank
night.
you.
Good night.
The 44th Annual Golden Globe Awards has been brought to you by BMW, the ultimate driving machine, and by Tonka Toys, the makers of Pound Puppies, Rock Lords, and other great toys, and by Orville Redenbacher's Gourmet Popping Corn, the first and last name in popcorn.
When you've got a craving for premeditatedly outrageous Texas chili, you say Carroll Shelby's original Texas brand chili mix.
Fashion Crossroads, Moto Day stores, women's clothing, high-quality current fashion, the look of today for your busy life. Fashion Crossroads, Moto Day stores. The Hoover Concept 2 is self-propelled, makes vacuuming just about effortless. Another Hoover innovation that makes cleaning easier for you.
This is John Harlan speaking for the Golden Globe Awards.